Hello, New York Yankees fans. Today, we are diving deep into the latest buzz surrounding one of the most talked about players of this offseason, Cody Bellinger. The Yankees' pursuit of him has been a headline all winter long, and it seems we are finally reaching a point where decisions are imminent. Reports suggest that Bellinger's camp is expected to reach a conclusion within the next week, and with spring training fast approaching, the clock is ticking for both the team and the player. It has been a long, drawn-out saga, with the Yankees extending multiple proposals over the course of the offseason, hoping to secure his services once again. It is impossible to talk about this process without acknowledging Scott Boras, Cody's agent, who has been at the center of every negotiation. The rules are clear. Teams must negotiate directly with Boras, and there is no way to bypass him to deal with Cody personally. This has often led to frustration among fans and analysts alike, as the process can seem prolonged and unnecessarily complicated. Bellinger could theoretically accept a deal at any time and declare his commitment to New York. But so far, that commitment has not been formalized. This standoff has left many wondering if the Yankees have gone above and beyond in their efforts, or if Bellinger's expectations simply do not align with what the team is willing to offer. From a purely baseball perspective, Cody Bellinger is an impressive talent. He has high baseball intelligence, versatility in the field, and the ability to contribute both at first base and in the outfield. His offensive potential is undeniable, and when he is at his best, he can be a game changer. However, his career has been marked by significant volatility, with peaks of outstanding performance followed by periods of inconsistency. For the Yankees, offering $32 million per year with player options seems more than generous, given the risks associated with his fluctuating production. Yet, the negotiations have stalled because Bellinger reportedly desires a longer-term commitment, potentially seeking 7 years rather than the team's 5-year offer. The situation is further complicated by the presence of other teams in the market. The New York Mets, for instance, have reportedly shown interest in a shorter-term arrangement, which could give Bellinger flexibility while potentially sidelining the Yankees' offer. If he opts for a lucrative, short-term contract elsewhere, it could be seen as a slight toward the team that pursued him relentlessly all offseason. From a management perspective, the Yankees have already been exceptionally accommodating, absorbing salary commitments and structuring deals that allowed both sides to benefit. Yet, the repeated back and forth throughout the offseason has tested patience and raised questions about whether it is time to move on and explore other options. Looking back, it is hard to ignore the context of Bellinger's journey over the past few years. After his time with the Chicago Cubs, where he had notable highs and lows, the Yankees took a chance on him, absorbing part of his salary and integrating him into a new environment. While he has had strong moments, such as his recent bounce-back season, his overall performance has not consistently matched the expectations of a player seeking a long-term deal at a high annual value. Comparing him to peers who have secured multi-year contracts, it becomes clear that stability and sustained performance are crucial in negotiating these agreements. And Bellinger's history presents a more unpredictable profile. The Yankees' strategy in navigating this offseason has also involved examining alternative paths. Trade discussions have reportedly entered the conversation, as the team considers the potential of acquiring a player who can contribute immediately, without the uncertainties associated with Bellinger's contract demands. At the same time, there is recognition that Bellinger could still be a valuable addition, providing flexibility in the lineup and depth across multiple positions. This balancing act between loyalty, investment, and long-term planning exemplifies the challenges teams face during free agency, where the right fit is never purely about talent. It is also about timing, contract structure, and alignment with organizational goals. From a tactical standpoint, the Yankees are also evaluating how to optimize their roster regardless of the outcome with Bellinger. Young players with high upside, such as potential breakout stars in the outfield, could create opportunities to platoon positions and give the team flexibility. Strategically, this could allow the Yankees to cover multiple scenarios, ensuring that the lineup remains competitive even if Bellinger signs elsewhere. The team's decision-making reflects a careful weighing of options, securing proven talent versus developing emerging players who might offer both cost efficiency and long-term value. It is a complex equation, and the resolution of the Bellinger situation will have ripple effects throughout the roster construction. Ultimately, this story is far from over, and the coming days are critical. Fans are eager for clarity, as the Yankees' approach to Bellinger will signal their broader philosophy on risk, investment, and roster priorities. The combination of performance volatility, contract negotiations, and potential market alternatives makes this one of the most compelling off-season narratives in recent memory, whether Bellinger remains in New York or pursues opportunities elsewhere. The Yankees must balance patience with pragmatism, ensuring they position the team for sustained success, while navigating the unpredictable currents of free agency as the off-season stretches on. The Yankees' front office continues to weigh every possible scenario. Cody Bellinger's situation has been a recurring theme in discussions among analysts, insiders, and fans alike, and it has become emblematic of the challenges of modern baseball management. Teams are no longer simply evaluating players based on talent alone. The negotiation process, contract structure, market dynamics, and even a player's perceived commitment all factor into decision-making. For the Yankees, this is a delicate balancing act. On one hand, Bellinger offers undeniable skill and versatility. On the other hand, his history of highs and lows injects uncertainty into what is already a complex off-season puzzle. Spring training looms ever closer, and with it comes the pressure to finalize roster decisions. Every day that passes without a resolution adds layers of complexity. If Bellinger delays further, the Yankees risk being forced into contingency plans, relying on younger players or exploring trade options to fill gaps that may have been earmarked for him. This has already sparked conversation about the potential of the trade market, with the team reportedly examining partnerships that could provide immediate reinforcement without the risk associated with long-term commitments to a player with an unpredictable track record. The reality is that baseball operations teams must be nimble. Free agency waits for no one, and opportunities can vanish as quickly as they appear. From the perspective of roster construction, the Yankees have multiple intriguing options that could mitigate the impact of Bellinger potentially signing elsewhere. Emerging talent in the outfield and versatile infielders can be slotted strategically to cover multiple positions, giving the team flexibility in daily lineups and defensive arrangements. There is also consideration of platoon strategies, where players can rotate based on matchups, providing optimal performance against different types of pitchers. These approaches require careful planning and clear communication, as the development of younger talent must be balanced against the immediate demands of competing for a championship. In this context, Bellinger's potential role is both a boon and a complication. Depending on how negotiations ultimately unfold, the narrative surrounding Bellinger is further complicated by comparisons to other recent signings in Major League Baseball. Players with consistent production histories have secured multi-year deals with substantial guarantees, setting a benchmark against which Bellinger's performance and potential can be measured. While he has demonstrated flashes of brilliance, the volatility of his career creates a perception of risk that teams like the Yankees cannot ignore. Balancing this risk with the desire to acquire top-level talent is an ongoing challenge, and it frames the broader discussion about how teams approach free agency in an era where analytics, historical performance, and player market behavior converge to inform every decision. Another angle to consider is the psychological component of player negotiations. Reports have suggested that Bellinger has shown hesitation and caution throughout the offseason, which can influence both public perception and internal team strategy. The Yankees, having made a concerted effort to accommodate his demands, may interpret further delays as an opportunity to pivot. This pivot could involve exploring trades, promoting from within, or even restructuring their approach to external acquisitions. In a league where timing and decisiveness are paramount, prolonged indecision can inadvertently shift leverage away from the player and toward the organization, reinforcing the need for a clear, well-executed plan. On the field, the Yankees coaching staff is also evaluating how the roster can be optimized in multiple scenarios. Potential breakout players in the outfield, combined with the depth already present, allow the team to experiment with alignments that maximize both defensive and offensive output. For instance, the ability to rotate players for matchups against left-handed or right-handed pitchers creates opportunities to get the best performance from each roster spot. This flexibility can help offset the absence of a player like Bellinger, while still maintaining a competitive edge. The Yankees are not simply waiting for a resolution, they are actively preparing contingency strategies that could reshape the season, ensuring that the team remains competitive regardless of individual contract outcomes. The financial implications of Bellinger's decision are also significant. Multi-year deals at high annual values carry both reward and risk, and the Yankees have carefully considered the balance between long-term security and the potential pitfalls of committing substantial resources to a player with a history of inconsistency. Their approach reflects a broader trend in modern baseball, where front offices must weigh statistical analysis, projected performance, injury history, and market conditions before making binding commitments. Every dollar invested is scrutinized, and the outcome of these negotiations has implications far beyond a single player. It can influence roster flexibility, future acquisitions, and the team's overall strategic trajectory. It is also worth noting the human element in this equation for fans. Players like Bellinger represent more than statistics. They are symbols of identity, loyalty, and aspiration. The emotional dimension of a player choosing to remain with or leave a team adds a layer of complexity that transcends raw performance numbers. For the Yankees, the hope is that players who show commitment and consistency will become cornerstones for the organization. Yet, when negotiations drag on, perceptions of loyalty and fit can be as influential as actual talent, shaping not only the immediate roster, but the culture of the team in the long term. Ultimately, the coming week promises to be pivotal. Bellinger's choice will not only conclude an off-season-long story, but also set the tone for how the Yankees approach future negotiations. Whether they secure him on favorable terms or redirect their resources toward other opportunities, the team's ability to remain flexible, strategic, and proactive will determine their trajectory heading into the season. Fans will be watching closely, eager to see how this chapter unfolds. As the balance between patience and decisiveness is tested in real time, the outcome will reverberate across the league, influencing market dynamics and serving as a case study in the intricacies of high-stakes baseball negotiations. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Rumors are swirling around Yankee Stadium as whispers of unrest ripple through the clubhouse. Sources suggest that Aaron Judge, the towering captain and face of the franchise, is growing increasingly frustrated with the team's current trajectory. Known for his professionalism and calm demeanor, Judge is reportedly reaching the end of his patience, pushing the front office to make serious moves in order to keep the Yankees competitive. At the highest level, insiders claim that Judge has begun pressing for elite reinforcements, particularly in the lineup and pitching staff, signaling that mere tweaks won't be enough. The superstar slugger, who has carried the team on his shoulders in countless high-pressure situations, is said to be prepared to escalate his concerns if he feels the organization is not acting decisively. While he has long been a vocal leader on the field, the whispers now suggest that he may consider taking his grievances public, a move that would reverberate across the league. The rumor mill speculates that Judge's frustration stems from a perception that the Yankees front office has been cautious, perhaps overly so, in pursuing marquee talent. Analysts note that the team has had the resources to chase big-name signings, yet the results have fallen short of the expectations that come with a franchise of New York's stature. Judge, aware of his role not only as a player but as a representative of the team's identity, reportedly wants to see a clear commitment to winning now, rather than relying on incremental improvements. Sources close to the clubhouse suggest that the tension has been palpable in recent practices, with teammates aware that their captain is weighing his next steps carefully. While Judge is not known for theatrics, his stature in the game means that any public criticism could ignite a firestorm of media attention and put pressure on the front office in ways they rarely face. Whether this will result in immediate roster moves or a more protracted standoff remains unknown. But one thing seems certain: Aaron Judge is sending a message that his patience is wearing thin, and the Yankees may need to act fast if they hope to keep their captain not just satisfied, but fully engaged in the pursuit of another championship. For fans and insiders alike, the speculation is hard to ignore. Could the team respond with blockbuster signings? Or will Judge's threat mark the beginning of a very public confrontation? In the high-stakes world of New York baseball, every word carries weight, and this one might just change the conversation entirely. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.